So for the last two nights here on the News at 11, you've seen reports from our team in Texas. That's because NFL owners were meeting in Irving, right outside of Dallas. The controversy surrounding the Washington Commanders came up an awful lot. Our sports director, Darren Haynes, was there, literally just got off the plane home, just arrived in the building just within the past 15 minutes.
I just changed.
Right.
Literally.
So a lot to unpack from your time here in Texas. First, let's talk about the Mary Jo White investigation. That's the NFL investigation looking into Dan Synder and misconduct allegations against him. And you've got some new reporting on this.
Yeah, so when I'm actually on the plane, actually working both my phones, thank God for, the Wi-Fi on there.
Right.
What I can confirm is that the Mary Jo White investigation, they still have yet to contact Commanders owner Dan Synder. The investigation started in February, and still the main, person that you would want to talk to in this investigation, they have no communication as of right now, as of the last maybe 3 hours ago.
So you would think presumably this investigation is still going to be a couple of months off. We also know that the investigation involving Mary Jo White, it was discussed by the owners and potentially Roger Goodell at this meeting. What do we know about that?
Well, here's the thing that we were talking about during the owners' meetings. It was the fact that they had the Beth Wilkinson report that started in July of 2020 and ended in July of 2021. They've since said, well, Roger Goodell said they have changed the culture since then. However, that was detailed in the Oversight Committee report. It mentions there were private investigators, allegations of that, also allegations of intimidation techniques. These were after the Wilkinson report, after the time that they were fined that $10 million by the NFL. And so Roger Goodell, we asked them about that, and this is what he had to say.
Well, we'll wait and see what Mary Jo's report says, then we'll deal with it. As I said, we'll wait and see what Mary Jo says. I don't, from my standpoint, I deal with facts, not speculation.
So he's not buying the Oversight Committee reports. He's going to wait for this Mary Jo White investigation. And I actually followed up by talking to Roger Goodell, what's the timeline? And he was like, there's no timeline. We gave her no timeline. So who knows when that report will actually come out, when there's no sense of urgency on when Mary Jo White needs to get it done.
We're all going to be doing a lot of waiting along with Commissioner Goodell. Let's talk about the future of the team. You've obviously reported about Dan Synder teaming up with Bank of America to start the process of possibly selling the team. Did we get any new insight in this while you were in Texas, whether he intends to sell all the team, part of the team, or if the whole thing's a big bluff?
Now, see, that's a great question. The funny thing is they didn't talk about ownership really at all at the league meeting. And the reason why, and this is what we learned from the league meeting, is that when a owner wants to sell a team, they work with the banks, like you mentioned, like Bank of America. Once they gather that information, or once maybe they have a new owner, someone who wants to purchase the team, then I have this message that's actually coming straight from the NFL that I got on the plane. A potential transaction will have to be presented to the NFL Finance Committee for review and require an affirmative vote by 3/4 of the full membership, which is 24 of the 32 owners. Once Dan Synder works with Bank of America, and let's just say Jeff Bezos wants to purchase the team.
Hypothetically.
Then they bring it to the NFL. Then the NFL gets involved and the owners get involved. Until that happens, the NFL and the owners are like, we don't know what's going on. And even Colts owner Jim Irsay didn't know if he was selling 100% of the team or it was just a minority stake.
They don't want to get involved in any of the speculation until they actually have facts to deal with. In that regard, makes sense. All right, Darren, lots of new reporting from you. Thanks so much for being our guy there on the ground in Texas. I know you're staying on top of all of this. We appreciate it.